Great. And then our tutor was taking us on a lesson about saving, making money, investments, and the rest of it. And then he made mention of the savings account. Like most of us viewers, we have a savings account. So he was like, how many persons have a savings account? And how many persons have a debit card? That is your ATM card. So, and almost everybody said they have an ATM card. So he was like, no, when you have a savings account, you're not supposed to have an ATM card because it's called a savings account for a reason. You're meant to save money. So coming back to what Sir John mentioned earlier, he talked about you saving, the bank helping you to save your money. So it's very important we have sections like this. It's very financial literacy is one skill, is one subject that we need to go on. And just as Ms. Favour mentioned earlier, it cannot be overemphasized. It's very important that young people, working class people, even those that are retired, it's very important that you learn the skill of saving. Very, very important. So we're going to go right on into budgeting. Sir John has already given us a glimpse about what budgeting is all about. So I'm going to be throwing back a question to him. What is budgeting and how can you bring it into our 21st century? What do you think about the subject budgeting and how it affects the young adults?
All right, thank you. Budgeting is the process of making financial plans on how to spend your money. It means telling your money where to go. There's a mistake people make about budgeting, and that is waiting for their money to come first before planning on how to spend it. Why it's a mistake is that when money comes in, so many things start demanding that money. And that is why economics teaches that human wants are insatiable. That is why we have scale of preference, and one of the economic concepts, scale of preference, giving your wants and ranking your wants in their order of priority. Okay, so that you know the ones you should satisfy first, and that is because human wants are insatiable, whereas the resources that are needed to satisfy them are limited. All right, so that is where budgeting comes in. You budget in order to keep track of your expenses. You make budget in order to tell your money where to go, what to spend on and what not to spend on. All right, so I would like to introduce this 50-30-20 rule. All right, is a rule that relates to budgeting. Now, the 50-30-20 rule is not really a fixed rule. It's something that one can adjust, you understand, based on your goals, what you want to achieve. All right, personally, I don't do 50-30-20 rule. I don't do 50-30-20. All right, because I feel 50% is too much to spend on needs. Now, first of all, 50% of your income, according to the rule, says that according to the rule, 50% of your income should go to needs. Needs include housing, clothing, feeding. All right, yeah, those are basic necessities of life. You cannot do without them. So if you are earning 20,000 naira, it means that 10,000 naira out of 20,000 naira should go to needs. If you're earning 20,000 naira, 30% should go to your wants. Now 30% of 20,000 naira is 6,000 naira. Then the remaining 20%, which is 4,000 naira, should go to your savings. All right, now savings can be used to invest also. Okay, savings can be used to invest. Now the propensity to consume is higher than the propensity to save.
Always.
The propensity to consume, the tendency to spend money, I call it from hand to mouth. So as the money comes into your hand, you're not thinking of plenty things that you can buy with that money, especially young people.
Sure.
You see them buying expensive items. I remember then when moccasin was in vogue. It's a kind of shoe, all right, moccasin. Then used to be around 8,000 naira. So then about 5 years ago, all right, every young person wants to buy moccasin. You see that? So saving is a very difficult thing for young people to do. because they have a lot of things they want to spend money on, but they don't know that, like in our local parlance, they say, problem need they finish. So wants do not have an end; they are limitless. All right. So saving is a habit that should be cultivated by young people, and in order for you to save, you need to budget. Personally, I budget before the end of the month, before my money comes in, so that I know what to spend on and what not to spend on. So whatever is not factored into my budget for the month will have to wait for another month. Do you understand now? So that is what budgeting does for you. It helps you to plan your resources efficiently. The challenge people have is being able to differentiate their needs from their wants. Basically, differentiating their needs from their wants. So some persons, they mistake their wants for needs, and so they spend on things that they don't really need. And at the end of the month, you find that they have less to save, and that is why I recommend that we save first. Somebody say pay yourself first. You pay for every other thing, but you don't pay yourself. Is a very big mistake people make. Not paying themselves. You pay yourself. You work hard to earn the money, right? So you should pay yourself first before you pay for any other thing. Even if it's 10% of what you earn, if it's 20% of what you earn, all right. I run a cooperative, okay, which enables people to save. So the members of the cooperative are basically my circle of friends, people that are proven to be trustworthy, that I know that are faithful with money. All right. So how it's done is that at the end of the month, we contribute a certain sum, all right, and then one of us takes the money at the end of the month. Then another month, another person takes. No interest, no charges. It's just to encourage us to save. Okay, so I could recommend that to young people out there listening to us and watching the show. All right, so you can join a cooperative that can help you to save. All right, so very, very importantly, budgeting is a tool for financial planning. There is no way you can exercise financial discipline without without budgeting. All right, without budgeting. So budgeting helps you to save money, helps you to plan your resources efficiently and wisely. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. That's this part of budgeting is it's something that we young people and working class people are to know, and not just knowing about it, just like what we are doing here. It's something that you should also practice because it goes a long way to help you channel your money into the right direction. So just as Sir John has mentioned, there's a difference between need and wants. So I want Miss Favour to throw more light on these needs and wants and how it affects budgeting.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to pick up from something you said about emergencies and wants. I think I was in a conversation with someone, and then he asked me how he was going to manage emergencies, and I thought he was actually talking about something very serious, only for him to say that sometimes you just stay and there's a need to eat and it's urgent, and I'm shocked because something like that is not an emergency. School fees is not an emergency.
That's true.
That's true. Rent is not an emergency. That's because true. You know that you're certainly going to spend on these things. True. Okay, so going back to what you asked, I'll touch that and then touch something that concerns this thing young people do about coming to people's DM and asking for urgent 2K. Like you rightly said, most times, and that I think that's a fundamental issue. We don't know the difference between our needs and our wants. That's why when we get money, the first thing that comes to our mind is, it was all sure I saw last month.
Yeah.
Okay,
let me go get it.
I think I need a change in my wardrobe or something. Or different things, and we're forgetting that those things are just extras.
Yes.
Okay, and then after having to do that spending, maybe to buy a bag or something that would have waited, then you rush to someone who has been disciplined following his or her budget very well, and you go and say, I've not eaten since yesterday, please, I need urgent 2K. And that person, if the person says no at that point, may seem
A wicked fellow.
something like that. They seem like the person is not concerned. But come on, you're doing, and there are most people that do this. I've noticed there are people that earn very well,
True,
that
true.
normally should
True.
do a lot of meaningful things with their money, more than even you.
That's right.
Yeah, so because, like you said, there's a high propensity
To
to
consume.
consume.
Yeah.
What comes to our mind the first time we earn more is to spend. So, but that should be the opposite.
Yes.
When we earn 100,000 naira and something happens, we pray for miracle money and all of that, and there's an increase in our income by this 100%, and we're earning 200,000 naira. The first thing that should come to our mind is, what can I do with this extra 100,000 naira
Yes.
to make my finances look better?
Bro. Yeah.
But it's easy for us to dive into liabilities.
Yes.
The truth of the matter is, your clothes are liability. We don't like to hear it, but it's the truth. Our bags, shoes, some of our shoes. are
Yes.
liability.
Yes.
As much as we would admit that they're important, they don't generate revenue.
They don't. Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So people can say, but it's important. I need to wear clothes because I'm a brand. I'm a brand, and I need to present myself very well. But it doesn't give you money. Although looking good is good business.
Yes, true.
But when you have clothes to do the things normally that you should do, and you want to go and get extra clothes that will not add to the brand, I think there is a misplacement of priority.
Yeah.
So we need to understand, when we talk about your needs, there are things that must happen.
Yeah.
I think it was something you missed when we were talking about needs. Bills now.
Yeah. Utilities.
Yes, exactly. Because you use electricity.
Yes.
You have to pay for those things too. There are things that whether you work or you don't work, you must spend on them.
Yes.
Okay, but your wants are the things that if you decide to make them wait, they will wait for you,
Yes.
and you will still run your life normally. Okay, yeah, that's it about needs and wants.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was quite explanatory. It's very important as young people to know the difference between needs and wants. And while she was speaking, I also picked up some points that I might personally I need to go back to reflect on, and also to know how I can save more money. So I remember something that happened, I think 2 days ago. I got one extra cash like that, and I was going to Toba Junction, and I saw one lady say, bag, 1.5, come and buy bag, 1.5. And I thought, I need to get some handbags.
And you feel like if you don't get it that time, you may.
I thought that I was going to miss this opportunity to get this bag. So I already got to where she was selling the bag, and I was like, this one is fine, very beautiful. But then I remember that this is not part of my plan for this month. And that was how I left the bag, I didn't find it again. So it's very important we have a budget plan, and just like Mr. John said, before the money comes, let us be able to have a budget. So when this money is coming, you know how to spend. I know someone, a businessman, that if you ask him for money, maybe at the end of the month or maybe within the month, he will tell you that, sorry, this is not part of my plan for this month. Let's keep it to next month. And this is someone that has created a budget for himself. And he has a plan, he knows. So if it's something that maybe doesn't have to do with life and death, maybe it's someone in the hospital that is dying or something, we just need the money for something, we say, okay, please, let's leave it to next month. And this is not part of my budget. So it's very important we have a plan. It's very important that before our money comes in, we already have a budget. So when the money is coming in, we are sending the 20% or 30% to our savings account and whatever place we need to send those money to. So I'm going to ask Miss Favour, who is a financial literacy coach, to also give us more platforms. Mr. John has told us, has given us an example about the cooperative societies. That is another way you can use to save money. So I'll also ask Ms. Favour to give us some more examples of saving platforms. Thank you.
Okay, I'll start by saying that I have a savings challenge that is currently ongoing.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of the things I encourage everyone who is currently participating is to use mobile platforms. Okay, so apart from saving with the bank, there are places where you can mobile apps that you can save your money with, and you lock the money up and you don't even touch it. Okay, and they have interest accrued over time, like you said, although they are not much. Saving, the aim of saving actually is not to grow money. It's just for the habits.
Yes.
Most times, what you're saving could be 500 naira, as funny as it sounds, every day or every month. At the end of the month or the period you want to save, it may not be up to something you want to use to do anything, but it is something to you over time. Because you're someone who is not used to keeping money aside, it helps. So that would also help people who are so impatient when it comes to investment. When you have mastered the habit of saving and leaving money somewhere and not remembering that the money is there, you would learn how to watch your investment grow over time. Because what happens when investment comes to our mind is how to put in money now and get it tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's how I think I posted something on my Facebook wall a few days ago, and I asked, why is it that people love to be scammed? Because even with all the stories we've heard, a lot of people have lost victim. Nice, if you put up, so I have a lot of people come to my DM when I talk about money and they're asking me, what is the winning platform where I can put my money now? And I'm like, are these people in this my generation?
10K to get it in 2 hours.
Anything that promises you 10% 10% interest in 1 month is a scam. I'm sorry to say. Anything that promises you, I think even
promise 100%.
You're going
50.
far.
Okay.
5. There is something about it, because these people that take your money, if they really are good investment platforms, they are using your money to grow. Yeah, they're working with your money.
Yes.
Okay, so if I said something too online, I said if you don't have the patience rather to build a business, building a business will take a lot of time and patience. Yeah. If you don't have that patience, you need patience too for your investment to grow. When you buy stocks in a company, you don't expect it to come immediately. So people think because I don't have strength to build a brand, the best bet is investment. It doesn't work like that. You have to work. A lot of people who are rich now did not get rich even in 10 years. Some of them got rich after retirement because the shares or the stock they bought in the company had grown, and of course this stock thing can grow.
That's why
it's important to know where exactly you're putting in your money, and that's why we come back to financial literacy now, because you need to do your due diligence, do your research, find out what is this company into, the industry, is it a thriving one in this country? That's why most people, because they know how our economy is, sometimes they prefer to buy foreign stocks and all of that. So I think that's a bit of it. So you can save and lock your money on there are different platforms. I wouldn't want to mention their names here, but there are different apps you can use. I use a few of them to lock money and save. You can even save in group, like you mentioned too.